Hey there, I'm back. Fuego here. Let's further this conversation and define my theses about being healthy. Today, I want to talk and flesh out the idea of what it means to be financially healthy. I do think finances, the financial component of life, is a very important piece. Um, we like without finances, without money, we can't do anything, right? As much as I wish we could. Sometimes I do wish we can go back to the old barter system of, hey, I've got this thing I do or I make, and I'm going to trade you the things that you do and make for the things I want, and vice versa. Excuse me. And technically, in a way, we do have a barter system. Technically, if you want to define it, if you want to really get into the nitty gritty of it, we do have a barter system. We trade our time for money, and then we trade our money for goods and services. So we do barter back and forth. The currency, the money that we use, I'm in America, so we use the dollars. The currency that we use is just a socially accepted uniform measure or measurement of value is all it is. That's all it is. So we're trading one thing for a commonly accepted thing, so then we can take that commonly accepted thing to anybody and trade it for something else. It's a barter system, right? So like before, if you needed a chicken and I chopped down trees and sold lumber, right? I would trade some lumber to the chicken farmer for a chicken, and I could do it if the chicken farmer needed lumber. If I needed some milk and the dairy farmer didn't need any lumber, then I was SOL, right? I couldn't do that. So that's why we use the money system that works out there. But I digress. So barter system, history lesson, let's set that aside. Sorry about that. Financial healthiness. What does it mean to be financially healthy? I do think to be financially healthy, you are at a place where you have the financial means to live the way you want to live without worry of losing what you have due to a lack of finances, right? Lack of monetary capability. Let me explain that. So let me define that or get to the nitty gritty of that. What does that actually mean? So to be able to live in such a way that I don't have to worry about not paying the bills tomorrow, right? So if I want to go to the movies, if I want to go to dinner, if I want to buy a present for my family because it's a Tuesday, whatever, I could do it without fear in the back of my mind. Do I have enough to get through the next paycheck? Do I have enough to pay for the bills that are coming up next week? Is there enough to get groceries tomorrow? I think financial readiness or financial healthiness could be financial readiness. That's a big piece of it. To be able to live the way you want to live without worry that you're going to mess up your life financially because you just went and did something. Now, yeah, I mean, I think that's probably really it on financial healthiness, on how to define just what it is to be able to live the way you want to live without fear or worry of screwing it up. But now, I guess, how can we accomplish that? How can one accomplish that? How can I accomplish that? Get to that point to be financially healthy. How can I do that? How can one do that? I think there's some milestones, some things, the key things that we need to accomplish, that we need to work, strive, and towards. I think a big thing that we need to do is a 6-month emergency fund. I think is definitely something that is important to have. 6-month emergency fund, 6 months of current living or lifestyle expenses. Just take your monthly cost of living, whatever you typically do. I understand we're defining financial healthiness as being able to do whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want. Basically, you don't do everything every single month. I got it. So maybe your typical or your average month. Let's take that for example. Your typical or average month would be your monthly cost of living, and take that times 6 and have that an emergency fund. So a 6-month emergency fund. So just in case something happens to your income, you have the ability to still live your current lifestyle for 6 more months to get you through to find another income. That's the whole point of that. So be able to do that. You have that security blanket, that peace of mind, that reassurance that you can get to an end, the next stage, if something was to happen, because you don't want to be out on the street just because you lost your job, right? So you can still pay for your bills, pay for your house, pay for your utilities, pay for your food, pay for your groceries, pay for the clothes on your back, pay for your whatever it is you need to do, right? And the idea of what I'm explaining is not just your 4 pillars, right? The main things you need to survive. No, everything. Your entire lifestyle. You can maintain your lifestyle. Theoretically, you could lose your job and your family would not even notice. I'm not advocating not telling them. Go tell your wife. Tell your spouse. Your team. They need to know if that happens. So you guys can be on the same team, same side, and figure out a game plan moving forward, because something's got to change, right? Like, massively. Something just happened. You got to work together to get through it. If you don't work together to get through it, you got other problems in finance that play. So 6 months of living expenses, limit lifestyle expenses, and an emergency fund is one very critical milestone thing that you really ought to strive for. Something else you need to work on is having, now to be able to do that, and to be able, like, you need to have a budget. Understand exactly how much money you have coming in and how much money you have going out, that are required to go out. So, like, lay it all out, break it all down, like exactly down to the penny, down to the dollar. Where is all the money going? Tell your money where to go, otherwise it's going to tell you where to go, and it's just going to disappear. If you don't put a name to every dollar, it's just going to disappear, and you're going to spend it without realizing it. Now, you can have a discretionary fund to do whatever you want with, if that's what you want to do. Put it in the budget. Understand it. You have your requirements that you have to spend your money on every single month. So your bills, your utilities, your debt, your housing, your food, your vehicle, your fuel, those things, whatever they are, you have to pay for those things every single month. So that's in the budget, right? So you understand how much you're paying. It'll also identify, or let you identify, give you some data-informed decision-making capabilities. You may realize that, you know what, we are spending way too much on insurance. Let's go shop around and find different insurance. Maybe we are like, why are we spending $500 on fuel every month? What are we doing? Where are we going? We're spending $1,000 on food because we're eating out. Why? Is this what we want to do? Is this how we want to spend the money? You can ask yourself those questions, and the answer is yes. Then do it. Spend the money if you can afford it, right? But without the budget, you really don't know where your money is going. You just know that you're getting through the paycheck. Things seem to be okay. But with knowledge comes power. With data comes power. With data comes knowledge. With that knowledge, you can make data and informed decisions on what to do forward, and how to move forward, and what to do in the future. I think those are two really big things: your budget and the 6-month savings emergency fund is a very important thing to help you get there, and I think the budget helps you accomplish that. The budget also helps you be able to live and execute that lifestyle, and to do whatever you want, however you want it, right? Because you know how much money you have to work with, right? You have everything taken care of and paid, and then you have that margin left over on the bottom. Yeah, I think those are two big things to do. So I appreciate you going through the video here, joining me. On the screen here will be a link to the big conversation, the big picture conversation that started all this, of my thesis of being healthy and what it means to be healthy, and talking about the 4 subcategories, financial healthiness being one of it. The other 3 are going to be physical healthiness, spiritual, and emotional healthiness. And I think it all makes up the idea of how to be healthy and what it means to be healthy. Appreciate your support. Leave a comment and hit the like button, and I will see you on the next video.